Hello and welcome to episode 56 of the Game Bolt Podcast, your weekly dose of lightning in a bottle. I am your host, Grant, joined here today by my wonderful friend, who isn't Brett, because Brett went to play hockey. It's John.
Hockey sounds like way more fun.
Well, I don't think he went to go... Wait. I don't think he went to go play hockey. I think he went to watch
I went to go work out again or something.
No, he went to watch hockey.
Oh, that's just as fun.
Is it? I haven't been to a hockey.
Have you never been to an NHL game? It's the best.
No, I should go to a Stars game, but I don't really care.
You should. Oh, dude, it's so much fun.
Like, I've been to the American Airlines Center like 50,000 times, but I've never been there.
Wow, you should relax. That's a lot of times to be in one place.
Maybe that was a slight exaggeration.
Slight.
Yeah. Yeah. So Brett, he's gone. John is in his place. How are you doing?
Good, man. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm good, though.
Yeah, you've been playing a lot of soccer lately.
That and working.
And work. Working is... Yeah, soccer is more fun.
It is more fun.
The other person here joining me today is none other than Kyle.
Hello, dudes.
Hello, Kyle.
Kyle!
What is up with you?
I am just peachy, as always.
Oh, yeah.
Do you like peaches?
Of course.
That's a good... Do you like peaches?
I actually do like peaches.
Peaches are probably like a top 5 fruit for me.
Wow, that's a undisclosed fact I did not know about you.
There, give your favorite fruit.
Tomatoes.
Okay. That's a bad choice, but I'll allow it.
So are you a huge fan of ketchup?
I like tomatoes a lot, but there's no way it's close to my favorite fruit.
No, that's not fruit.
If I could only have one fruit, then I would have like an apple.
That's not the typical answer, though.
Yeah, but like it's
really boring. I want it to be more exciting, like a pineapple or something.
Oh,
like
pineapple are good.
That's an exotic fruit.
A cantaloupe's good.
That's good too.
I'd probably have to go with either like blueberries or grapes.
Watermelon.
Grapes, good.
Dude, I love fruit. Fruit is like my favorite.
The thing about grapes is though, like,
fruit.
I can eat like 6 pounds of grapes and not feel full.
Yeah.
And good.
Let's save this for our food podcast that will be starting next week.
He's lying.
No, we will not be
the Game Bolt's food podcast.
Or maybe instead of starting a food podcast, we just change this one into a food podcast.
No, I don't want to talk about food.
Brett will just talk about Chipotle and Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I would talk about Chick-fil-A all day.
Not two bad topics if we're talking about food.
Yeah, and John would talk about M&Ms.
Yes.
Or Oreos.
Or M&Ms inside of Oreos.
Now we're just.
Oh, wow.
I can tell this is going to be a good episode, guys. Let's go ahead and get it started. Again, this is the Game Bolt Podcast, your weekly dose of lightning in a bottle, the official podcast of thegamebolt.com, post to iTunes every Tuesday and YouTube every Wednesday. As always, we're going to start off with what we're playing. I'm going to go ahead and go first, just because I'm not really playing anything different than last week. Infamous Second Son. I beat the game.
That's different, isn't it? You haven't played that in a while, huh?
Yeah, but I talked about it last week.
Oh.
Yeah. So I beat it last week. It's really not a long game at all. Like, if you just fly through it.
Are any of those games that long?
I haven't completed any other ones. I played, I think, about halfway through 2, and then I just kind of got bored. But yes, Second Son, I love the gameplay. I think it's super fun. But yeah, the story, like the main storyline is pretty short if you don't like go and do some side stuff along the way. But yeah, it's a really fun game. I recommend it. John, I told you should play it because you like beating stuff up and looking cool. That's powers correct. And stuff.
You know what game you should play from Sucker Punch? The Sly Cooper trilogy.
Yeah, I haven't played that.
The Sly Cooper is fantastic. It's right up there with Ratchet and Clank.
The new Ratchet and Clank looks really good.
Yes, it does.
Oh man, yeah. But Infamous Second Son. If anyone hasn't played it, I recommend you do it. It's not. I think it's only like, even on PSN, it's only like $20. You could probably get it cheaper. So yeah, it's just really fun.
Cool.
Next, still been playing Minecraft. John, I have to show you. I started.
I'm Go back into that world again. You're gonna have like 50 castles on top of each other.
What if I just built like castles on top of the castle that I built? It's like, I finished just one castle, and I don't want to clear out another area, so let's just build on top of it.
Just build on top. I wouldn't put it past you.
Yeah, but no. So I was like, yeah, last week I said I was probably gonna get bored of it, and then I didn't because I was like, okay, you know what? I built a castle. Now I'm gonna build a town. So now I'm building a town.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like building the town as much just because it's a lot more work.
Yeah, well,
trying to make stuff like look good and detailed. I'm really bad at it.
With like the castle, you're building one like thing, and you can put stuff in that thing, and the town you have to like you're building separate.
Yeah, town you got to be like kind of more creative.
Yeah,
it's difficult, but yeah, I can. Even if you want to tonight, I can jump on and show it to you.
That's fine. And
then Rocket League, of course. I'm slowly getting out of Rocket League. But when the basketball mode drops, I'll be back.
Okay, did they... I'm not 100% sure if it was a real thing. I saw somewhere. Did they do like a boat thing?
A boat?
With that? They didn't? Oh, it might have been like a spoof story or something.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about it. Okay,
I might be crazy. It was like boats, but like baseball.
Yeah, I wish I heard something about a boat. That would be pretty cool. But no, I have not heard anything about that. John, you've been playing a lot of one game. Why don't you tell us about it?
Oh, I can't wait. Okay, so the game I have been playing is Paragon.
Really?
It's pretty sweet. Yeah. You know all about it. So basically it's just a MOBA for PlayStation. And the cool thing about it is it's like gameplay wise, it's typical MOBA. Like you have 3 lanes, I guess like mechanics wise. 3 lanes have towers and minions and heroes, and so it's basically like the same idea.
Stuff.
Yeah, but it's like third person, like the Gears, Dead Space kind of view of your character. So it's like Smite. So it's like the third person view, and it has like the only way I can put this is like AAA graphics. Like it looks like Destiny.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
So it looks like way better than
Smite. Yeah, it is made by Epic, so that kind of makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's like that's the only way I can put it. It's like the AAA graphics. So it looks super good. The
Infamous, by the way, still a gorgeous game. Probably behind the Division, or not the Division.
It came out in 2014, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It did. It was like early 2014 too, which is pretty impressive that it still holds up really well compared to like others.
Because I think it was supposed to be a launch title. But
yeah, it was, and then it got delayed until like February or March.
Okay, so anyway, so the only it has its little differences because obviously the heroes and stuff are going to be different, so there's different play styles, but in a nutshell it's just easy dog. So
Dogs.
Just barking. In a nutshell, it is the same, but instead of like they kind of replaced the item system with cards. So basically for each character you can build your own deck of like boosts and like damage increases and things like that. So like so during the game when you kill minions or kill heroes, you can level up, but you also can you level up obviously to get stronger, and then you can get card experience. So when you get 3 card experience, you can buy more cards and equip your character throughout the game. So it's pretty interesting. It's not too much of a deviation from the item system, but like you could build a 40 card deck for each character, and you can build multiple ones, so you can have like a different build for each character.
So, like cards and stuff are unique to every character.
Well, I mean,
or
so like, okay, so for example, I use Grux. He's a melee character, kind of a ganker. So he can be built as a fighter or a tank. So he can basically do lots of damage or like, take a bunch of damage. So what I did is took a kind of both. So I made him 58% fighter and then the rest tank. So I can stay in the lane for a long time, but I can dish out some damage. It's pretty cool. You can do that with every character. So it's pretty neat how we can build everybody. But it is still in early access, so there are some rough patches. I've seen some examples of like some people when they try to use their ultimate attack, it like doesn't work and they get killed. So there are some bugs and glitches, but the devs are doing a really good job of fixing everything. So it is It's pretty neat. The community is typical MOBA. So I mean, there's some toxic people, but for the most part, it's been pretty fairly positive.
Yeah, it's in early access, right?
Yep. It
Because I think it costs money to play it now, but I think it's going to be free to play when it actually releases.
so what it is right now, you have to buy a founders pack, which is 19.99, and that'll get you access to the game. And then once I think if you get that, it is free, and all the heroes are free. So it's pretty cool.
So
I think because I was never really into MOBAs that much. I tried a bunch of them, but I think it's a little bit more simpler, of a game to get good at ish. So I think that's why I
yeah,
like it.
I liked Smite, so I think it might be like an
Yeah,
interesting
I
MOBA.
like Smite, but I never I can't play. Like, can you play this game by yourself and still have a good time?
Yes, you can do bot matches with people online, and I mean it's still fun.
Okay.
I mean it's
Yeah, just
well,
because for Smite, for me, I liked it a lot when I was like playing with people. We had a group, but other than that, I'm not really intrigued to play.
yeah. The the good thing about it is like the community on the forums and stuff are really open to play with people.
Okay.
The thing that I think is what it is a lot of the PC players are a little bit more toxic than the PlayStation players. It's what I've found out. But I mean that's gonna happen anyway with any MOBA, just the way it is. But it's fun. I definitely recommend it. It's only $20 right now, and their release schedule for every new hero is every 3 weeks, and the first one comes out tomorrow, which I'm streaming by the way. So check that out. The new character.
Twitch.tv/thegamebolt.
Yep, they're coming tomorrow. It's supposed to be like some death-looking scythe, or not scythe, big hammer-wielding, death-looking dude. It's gonna be pretty cool.
So it's like a Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Go on.
That's cool.
Kyle,
Yeah, I'm excited.
what have you been playing?
I've been playing Salt and Sanctuary, which
That game looks really cool. I saw some gameplay of it the other day.
yeah, it's basically, if you haven't already heard of it, it's basically pretty much a 2D Dark Souls. Like, essentially summing it up, it is Dark Souls, but just sort of formed down into like a Metroidvania type game with platforming, but has basically like the whole Soul series like vibe to it. You have your health and your just everything from Dark Souls is pretty much in Salt and Sanctuary in some way or form. But you have your platforming, you have like all this different stuff that you can do because of like the 2D nature of it, and it's sort of like a beat 'em up as well, in terms of like combat. So that kind of makes things more interesting. So yeah, I like it. I pretty much almost done with it. I have 6 bosses left, which I think would only take me about a couple of hours to power through. And I'm going for the platinum, so that's fun.
Ooh, nice. Is there like a trophy on there that'd be like super hard to do?
No, not really.
Nice.
If you're using like a walkthrough, I'm using a walkthrough to like find like NPC locations,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't miss the NPC trophies. Because of course, if Dark Souls, you have NPCs that if you don't talk to them at a certain place at a certain time, they disappear from the game completely. So kind of like miss like a subplot or a subquest. So
Yeah.
kind of important. And I want to get the platinum. Try to get the platinum my first playthrough, but I'm going to have to go into New Game Plus because there's actually a boss at the very beginning of the game that you can easily die to, but it's a trophy to get if you do kill him. So
Cool.
I'll have to try to do that to get the platinum. That's pretty much it. So it's actually pretty much, if you beat the game and you use a walkthrough to find NPCs and you make sure you join all the guilds, you have a platinum.
Oh, that seems pretty easy.
Yeah.
Bringing it back to Infamous again, that's a super easy platinum. like that's like it's really easy. You basically just have to play through the game twice and then you'll get a platinum.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, like, because most of the trophies are like they have related to like the choices you make and like whether it's good or bad. So you have to do like a good playthrough and a bad playthrough to get a
Oh.
platinum. And then there's like a couple things where you have to just like complete all the side missions, but it really doesn't take too much time.
Mhm.
But yeah, other than that, you basically get the platinum.
Nice.
You playing anything else, Kyle?
Yeah, I've been playing Uncharted, Need for Drake Collection off and on. I
Nice.
was playing Drake's Fortune until I started Salt and Sanctuary, but I got around to it tonight and I finished it. I finished it about an hour ago, and I was playing Uncharted 2 right up until we're recording. So, uh,
Nice.
Uncharted
that
2 is the best one.
uh, maybe I'm not sure because I haven't played the Uncharted games before
Oh,
except
you
for a
haven't?
bit of one.
Oh,
You
nice.
haven't never played
So
them before?
Wow.
no, I
Oh
haven't.
man,
That's
that's
like
rough.
Well, you're in for a
I
treat.
had a PS3, but I just never got around to playing Uncharted. So
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
I'm kind of using um, playing Nathan Drake Collection so I can kind of get prepared for Uncharted 4.
Yeah, you need to play through them first. For
So I'm not completely lost because I know Uncharted 4 is basically meant to be like an epilogue
Yeah.
for Nathan Drake. So that'll be fun.
It will be fun. I can't wait for Uncharted 4. It'll be great. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on. Something's coming up on the horizon, guys. It's a news storm.
Oh my!
Boom.
Don't hurt
Boom.
me.
First up, let me open these tabs. I forgot to open them up previously. So yeah, first up is some Nintendo news. There was a report this week that Wii U production will be stopped this year, according to a report. Japanese newspaper Nikkei is reporting that Nintendo will cease production of the Wii U by the end of 2016, presumably switching manufacturing for the NX system. So yeah, I think actually there was another story follow up on this. Nintendo has denied actually that denied this report that production will be canceled. I still really think that the NX will come this year. Like, I just think it has to because they really don't have anything announced other than Zelda for the system,
It'll either come out,
which I think will
this
be on
year
NX as well.
I don't follow
really
Nintendo.
early.
Yeah. What do you mean, John? I thought you were the biggest Nintendo fan at the Game Boy.
I have all the consoles. Yeah.
But yeah. So, Kyle, do you have any thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, because there's a report, I think a month or two ago, that stores and retailers in Japan were reporting that they weren't getting any Wii U's, so they were sold out in Wii U's. So that kind of leads me to believe that Nintendo might actually be stopping production of the
Yeah.
Wii U. They could deny it because, of course, that can break sales.
Right.
But I think they are slowly like cutting out production. They
Yeah,
might have
phasing
already
out.
cut it in Japan. So yeah, I think the NX is definitely coming soon. They're going to show something at E3 about
Yeah,
it.
and then I think for sure at E3 we'll see something about it. I'm guessing, it's my hunch, it's a November release. I read an article that said like the earliest it would come is like spring of 2017. I just don't see that. I feel like it has to come out this year, just because of what I said earlier. Like they don't have anything announced for it. They haven't like shared any new updates or anything.
Yeah, I could definitely see like an October, November release date because what I'm thinking is with Legend of Zelda, it's going to be like Twilight Princess, where
Yeah,
it's
I agree.
cross-gen. It'll release on the NX first, and then it might release on the Wii U like a month or two later as a digital game.
Right. And then other Nintendo news. Did you guys see the controller that was leaked?
I did see that.
Yeah, I
it
forgot
was
to.
I did.
Oh yeah, okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like a kind of like an ergonomic thing. Like the thumbsticks. So like it's like a kind of an oval, and the whole oval is a screen, and then there are like two thumbsticks just like inside of it. It looked really weird. Like,
Yeah, like that was what it was leaked to be, I think, last year.
yeah,
And I guess that was sort of like a mock-up of it. And it's just like looking at it, I don't think that'd really work.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Like the best thing, like if it had no thumbsticks, it might be all right because the thumbsticks actually being above the screen kind of make it hard to do anything on the screen. So
Yeah.
if that was the actual controller, I don't think anybody would like that controller. So I'm just hoping that Nintendo just makes a conventional controller. I really hope they do.
Yeah, I feel like I know they try to be innovative on a ton of stuff. I feel like it'll definitely have like some. I know it's like all signs point to it'll be like a home console you can take on the go.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think they'll definitely have to do something different with that. But I feel like they need to make it kind of just as mainstream as possible.
Yeah, the Wii and the Wii U had the Pro controller, but it it was barely compatible with any games. Like the Wii U is compatible with some games, but really what I'd hope for is that if they were to make like another Pro controller, they'd make it compatible with every single game.
Hmm. Yeah, because I feel like yeah, I agree because it's just like Wii U because they at least early on they had a ton of features that whether they were well implemented or not, like they had a ton of features that you had to use the gamepad for, so you couldn't use the Pro controller or like motion and stuff. I know for games like Mario Kart 8 Smash, you can use them, but other than that, there really weren't a lot.
Yeah, and I missed out on Splatoon because I was actually excited for Splatoon, but it does have Pro controller support, but only in certain scenarios you can't use it to actually play the game. So it's just like, well, I want to buy that, but I really don't want to use the gamepad to play it.
Yeah. Yeah, Splatoon was really fun. So it's kind of bad that they don't allow compatibility with it. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say about it. I just kind of hope they make the console that they learned from the Wii U that they shouldn't be too out there because it's not going to.
Yeah, definitely. They just basically need to make a better console than the PS4 and Xbox One. That's really what people want. I guess
That's what people want, yeah, but John,
Yeah.
I kind of agree that
Not
it
gonna
won't
happen.
really happen.
Not gonna happen.
Like I
Because
feel
Nintendo-
like for Nintendo, I feel like at best it will be as good as the PlayStation 4.
That'd be okay.
Like it will not be better than that, but
It'd be a good step.
yeah, it would. But like PS4 is like the original PS4, but we're gonna get to it in a
They
minute.
need to come up with a very innovative controller, not a
not a
like
gimmicky controller, please.
Yeah.
Not a gimmicky
Like-
controller, but innovative.
an innovative,
The-
like nice, innovative Nintendo-esque controller, not like a
Very
giant
polished.
pad with
The
yeah.
tablet, like the tablet oval controller mock-up, would actually be an interesting controller, but only if it was actually just a full screen, not like with thumbsticks.
Hmm.
So kind of like
Like a
what you
touch
do
screen
on a
controller?
smartphone. Yeah.
Oh no, I don't like that.
I
That's
do not
like
want that.
because then you'll have tons of like they'll mess up because like the touch screen can go out. Like that would be so annoying.
I hate
Yeah.
like playing games.
Like we need analog sticks. Like
Yeah, I hate games on my phone where you have to use like two sticks just because it doesn't feel right. Because like if you accidentally tap one area, then it'll like
yeah.
it's kind of finicky. But yeah. So if you guys have any other thoughts on that?
Nope.
Not really.
All right, I think we did a pretty good job. Next up, PlayStation 4.5 question mark.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A report says, another report, that the PlayStation 4.5 is real. Reports that Sony is working on a more powerful PlayStation 4 are true, according to Digital Foundry. The publication states that it is independently verified a report published on March 18th, which said the new version of the console will have an upgraded GPU. Sony's R&D labs have prototyped a device which more than one source referred to as PlayStation 4K. It continues, however, to explain that although the hardware offers more graphics and processing power, it is not enough to deliver a robust 4K gaming experience, which is disappointing because now they can't call it the PS4K.
Well, I heard it was supposed to be like a more powerful version of the PlayStation 4 to like run VR games on it.
Oh, okay.
I think
Yeah.
Let me
it's
read.
supposed to kind of be geared toward like the virtual reality stuff. That's what I saw,
See
which
here.
is, I
Yeah.
mean, that's cool, I guess.
Yeah,
But
I
like,
think.
I'm not gonna buy a whole other system.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I said this last week. It sounds like it's pretty much only going to be for like what you said, VR and like visual stuff. It's
Yeah.
just going to increase the visuals, and maybe like frame rate. But I'm kind of glad that it's not sounding like I said this last week. But that they're not like going to change the game, like have better, like a bigger world or anything on like
Hmm.
this new thing than the other one to kind of not punish, but like what's the word? I just kind of
Well,
take
Yeah.
just
I
kind of
think
take
it's a
away
good.
from the original owner's experience.
I
Yeah.
actually wrote on this earlier today. Basically, basically just saying like it could be a step in the right direction for Sony to make an updated console and Microsoft to make an updated console, simply because of how technology is evolving, and how big the PC platform is for gaming now. It just makes sense to have that kind of bridge between generations.
Hmm.
So, like, have like an upgraded PS4. It's almost 3 years into the life cycle now. So it kind of makes sense to have a console that is stronger, more capable, and able to push more. And essentially, what I mean by that is, because developers with the more rapidly moving technology, they're going to want to advance their games,
Hmm.
which with how old the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One hardware already are, they're going to be less capable of doing that a couple years down the line. So they might not want to develop for consoles, which that would put Sony and Microsoft in a really bad position. So an upgraded console where people, if they want to buy it and have better graphics or better resolution, better frame rate, they can go ahead and get it. Or if a person just wants to keep their original PS4, they can be happy with it because basically games will scale up. That's really all I'd imagine it would be. They would scale up in frame rate and resolution, maybe some graphical upgrades.
Right.
Um, I kind of disagree with you, but not really. I mean, in a different direction. I think it's a good step from the industry, in the sense that I think they're starting to create games now where the experiences that the players are like having to go through are more in depth. Like, for example, like No Man's Sky and all these big games, like Final Fantasy 14, stuff like that. They're getting bigger and bigger and
Horizon.
bigger. Yeah, Horizon, all these games that are the worlds that they're like creating are so in depth and they're so like unique. I think they're starting to go in the direction where they want to create an experience where you're so immersed in it that you forget that you're in a game. And I think this little step will kind of start the process with the whole VR thing and all that. So I think they're trying to create a console that will further enhance the experience, not in the sense of how the game looks graphically, but how immersed and are you in things that you're seeing.
Mhm.
So I
Yeah,
think kind of how this is going to go is like
yeah,
they're
yeah,
like it's not.
definitely.
Yeah, I don't think it's more of this looks good. It's going to be like I forget that I'm in a game right now. I think that's what it seems to me, just because it seems like it's more geared for the VR stuff, which
Yeah.
hopefully that'll I want all games to be like that because that would be fantastic. But I think this is a good first step. That they're creating the platform to launch all this stuff on, so that when you do play these new Horizon games and you play Destiny 10 and you play Final Fantasy 80,
10.
you're like you feel like you're immersed in the game so much that you're forgetting that you're in a game. And again, it's not like, oh, this looks good. This is like, holy crap, I'm in this universe. So I'm pretty excited about it.
If I can get a Sword Art Online MMO on the PSVR, that would be absolutely fantastic.
I mean, just like imagine like playing like Madden and something like that.
Oh my
Like
god.
how crazy would that be? That'd be like
Madden, that would be insane
yeah,
on VR. I never even thought of that. Like sports games, that would be
yeah. So I think them like upping the ante on the console is like setting a foundation for them to put, these big games on consoles to where it can run it, and it still looks good, but it does a better job of putting you in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can go ahead.
I actually read a report earlier that said Sony's actually considering putting the PSVR and make it compatible with PC. So
I think I also saw that as well.
Yeah, there was a report on that.
So I think with like the PS4.5, with the whole VR thing, that definitely would make sense.
Yeah, so there was another article that says so this new version of the PS4 could handle, quote, higher-end gaming experiences. This new system will reportedly boast enhanced graphics and power, which will live alongside the existing PS4, with games working for both platforms. Quote, existing PS4 owners would need to buy the new model to take full advantage of the enhanced graphics and power, though it is unlikely that the current model and the coming one would share the same software catalog. It is likely that they'll have the same games.
Yeah, I think essentially it'd be pretty much like the new 3DS in terms of how Nintendo did that with the 3DS.
Yeah.
And upgraded that to new 3DS. I think that's pretty much what Sony's going to do with it.
Yeah, I think that too. Except, were there games that you could play on new 3DS but not on the old one? I feel like there
are only one,
right?
Xenoblade Chronicles, not Xenoblade Chronicles. There's only one game that I think is new 3DS only.
Yeah, I feel like, I think that's a kind of a good comparison. It just makes small improvements, like John said, enhance the gaming experience. Okay, next up, The Rise of the Tomb Raider is getting an expansion
with zombies.
Is it really? I didn't.
That would be epic.
Cold Darkness Awakened, the next expansion for Rise of the Tomb Raider, will come out in March.
Dark.
Cold and cold.
And very freezing.
And sleepy.
Sleepy. I'm tired.
Next expansion for Rise of the Tomb Raider will come out on March 29th. It will be available for Xbox One, Xbox 360, and PC.
That's tomorrow.
Oh, it is tomorrow. Wow. Wait, when was this announced? This was announced
2 weeks ago. Come on, Grant.
I think it was like yesterday.
It was on March 22nd. So, okay, it was like a week ago. But, so, let's see here. What does it say? Quote, as the illness seeps into the wilderness surrounding the base, Trinity's soldiers transform into bloodthirsty killers who thrive on carnage. To prevent the affliction from spreading, Laura must rely on her wits, physical agility, and crafting abilities to overcome this new enemy and shut down the decommissioned base. It sounds like zombies.
This sounds interesting.
Is it really?
Zombies.
I thought you were joking.
You can make any expansion of a game. Zombies is just a good idea.
It is. Like, Skyrim had vampires.
Peter, man.
I mean, if you get any game and you had an expansion and put zombies in it, you can twist it to make it a cool expansion. In any game.
It's like, oh yeah, I'm watching this trailer. It's like zombie demons.
Well, that sounds very interesting.
Yeah, it sounds.
Did you play the Baba Yaga DLC, Grant?
No, I have not.
I didn't.
Well, yeah. Tomb Raider, it's definitely up there for one of my favorite games of last year. I think I put it as like on my list. I made it. It was like 3 or something like that.
Wow.
So yeah, I love this game. So yeah, definitely interested in this. I don't know that I'll play it right away, but so maybe sometime in the summer when there's not much out, I can come play through these expansions.
Dude, okay, in the summer, No Man's Sky is coming out, and no one else is going to play anything forever. So just get it out of the way now.
Forever.
It'll be good.
John, I think you're taking this like immersive experience too far. You're gonna get like lost in space for real.
That would be okay with me.
Okay. Let me pose a question since we're going through these pretty quick. Okay.
We are.
So would you rather have just like, your normal life, or would you want to you could have an opportunity to go into space and travel the galaxy for like 4 years, and you get to bring 10 people with you, and but there is a 20% chance that you will not return.
I'd probably go to space.
I would not go to space.
No, so what are we
I
talking
don't even
about?
like flying on a plane.
Are we talking about like with technology we have now, or like advanced, futuristic,
Advanced
like
futuristic
Star
technology.
Wars stuff?
Advanced.
Because it's a lot easier to go to space
Well,
and
I
like
mean,
travel around and do stuff.
yeah,
The
Because when
only
we go on
time-
it would be pretty advanced technology.
okay, like are we talking on the cusp of Star Wars stuff, or like? Because like if I'm going into space in the NASA shuttle, probably not gonna do that.
Here, how about you go around? So, okay, however long it takes to like just go around the. Let's say you go in space for 10 years. You go as far out as you can into the solar system. So like half that time, and then come back half that time. So yeah, it'll be like a really big ship, tons of room and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
And like,
you got 10.
so we're talking like in the future when technology is a little more advanced.
Yeah, so that could be possible. Yes.
There's other factors. Are there aliens, or are we just going around and looking at nothing?
No, well, I mean, like no one knows.
Um,
Why do you want to fight the aliens?
that would be a really cool perk. Yes, or just meet them or see them. That'd be pretty cool.
Share some M&Ms.
No, they're mine.
They'd be like, "Give me some," and you'd be like, "No."
They're like, no, and then start
intergalactic
shooting them and
war.
start a big war, intergalactic war.
Yeah.
That's a good question. I want to say I would.
Yeah, I
I
definitely
would probably be scared, but I think I would because that'd be super, like, just like an awesome thing to
Yeah,
do.
see things no one ever seen with human
Like,
eyes.
I would be scared, but it'd be fun.
Yeah, like
And that'd be with like the 10 most people I want to be around. So like that'd be, I mean,
yeah,
it would be a big,
choose any 10.
be a big 10-year party
Yeah, 10 years
in space. You can float around.
Yeah, I definitely would not do that because I don't even like planes. I don't think I would like a spaceship.
Yeah.
Kyle, what would you do?
It depends.
Where'd you
Like,
get this question from?
I read it on I think it's on Twitter or something.
On a thing?
Yeah, I read it on a thing.
That sounds cool.
The only case I'd ever go into space unless I become an astronaut when I get older, which
Well, I don't-
is very unlikely because I could
Leave me alone.
no. But the only case I would ever go into space is if Ratchet and Clank went with me.
What?
What? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Why?
Yeah, and Batman and Superman
No,
I don't-
those
wait.
count as real people.
No, you don't.
and Martian
I mean, you're talking
Manhunter.
like actors, like if Christian Bale went into space, like that wouldn't make any difference to me.
Yeah, you want Ben Affleck with you? That's
I'd
another
better
thing
take
we
Ben
need to get
Affleck
to.
with me.
Have you guys seen Batman vs Superman?
No, I
I'm
haven't
watching
yet.
it tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, guys, we gotta like.
I kind of already expect what like to think.
Everyone either hates it or they like it. No, I don't think anyone.
No. So
loves
what
it.
I think is going to happen, and I haven't even seen it yet. I think the movie will be okay.
Like I said it was good. It's nothing better than good.
I think it
I've
won't be
heard
great,
it's
but it won't be
hilarious.
bad. I think the acting will be. I think Affleck will be a good Batman.
Affleck is really good. I like him.
I think he'll be a good Batman. I think what I have heard. I'm not spoiling anything because I haven't seen it.
I'm still
is
not a
that
big
some
fan of
of-
the Superman actor though.
Some of the, I feel like some of like the action is going to overtake the story, and it's going to be, that's like there's I think they're going to be so focused on making them two fight that the story is going to get lost in that. And that's what I think.
I won't spoil anything for you. So
Yeah.
I wish I would tell
Don't
you
tell
if
me.
you were- if you were right or wrong.
But that's what I think.
Okay. Well, yeah.
I've heard it can be hilarious. Is it hilarious, Grant?
What do you mean?
And how bad it is.
Is BVS hilarious?
I don't think so. I don't know what you're trying to get at, Kyle.
And can you just tell me this?
It-
Is the Wonder Woman add-on like really out of place, or does it make sense?
It makes sense, but she's like barely even in the movie.
Oh, okay.
Well, I
She's
mean,
only-
that's fine.
She's only in the end, isn't she?
Also, is
like, well, I mean, I try not to get spoilers. Like
don't.
Wonder
Yeah.
Woman is not in the movie for very long.
Okay, I mean, that's not like a big thing to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, it's like a different way I could say it, but that's.
No,
I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, do that. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Let's continue on.
let's continue.
Some Uncharted 4 news. Okay, this article I thought was pretty interesting. Uncharted 4 has 10 times playable space of past entries. The latest quote. Oh yeah, this is another thing. They're making like a making of series for Uncharted 4, which I need to watch still. So yeah, I like that stuff. I watched The Last of Us Grounded, which I thought was really interesting. It's like a documentary on the making of. So yeah, so this one so like the newest episode of this showcases Naughty Dog developers talking about how the power of the PlayStation 4 is allowing the game to be bigger, denser, and more detailed than any entry that's come before. In the video, developers talk about how a Thief's End has around 10 times the explorable space than past entries in the series. As we've seen in previous trailers, players can explore and complete levels in multiple ways instead of being forced down one particular path. This created a challenge for the developers with more choices available to players. Naughty Dog needed to find a way to make the story seem just as intense, which as past entries, which have been more linear in nature. The developers also talk about how a Thief's End world is not only larger but also denser and more detailed. Additionally, revealed that Uncharted 4 has in-game cutscenes. Instead of cutting back to a black screen between gameplay and cutscene, the Thief's End will blur this together into one sequence.
Oh,
Yes.
interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think.
Do you think that, because you obviously played all of them, do you think that 10 times explorable space will be like a big factor in how good this game is going to be?
I think it will, because I was gonna say like the demo that they showed, like the first time they showed gameplay of it with like winding paths and you can take different paths to get through areas. I think that's kind of a big deal. Instead of like how I read just now said that instead of like most you've played the Uncharted games, Kyle, you played the first one.
Yep.
There's like mostly it's just like a straight path. Like you can take different like an alleyway or something like behind different cover, but it's not like the levels aren't looping around and you can't really take different routes to get through it. It's kind of just a straight path. This one, I feel like that will be a big deal just because not necessarily, it's not going to be like any open world or anything. It's still going to be a linear game. But I feel like the way you can tackle levels will be much more complex. So I like that a lot.
And sort of personal in a way.
Yeah, so like you can tackle something like in the demo. You could either just go straight up to the enemies. You could be stealthy. You could stealthy in the bushes. You could climb around on the walls and then get a vantage point. You can like swing on the rope. You can go around many different pathways. So yeah, I think that is really cool.
I wonder how that'll factor into like platforming, gunfights and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I know in the demo they showed at E3 where you're at the city and stuff. I wonder if that would kind of like change like how the level is completely played out. Maybe this path has a gunfight or two. Maybe this path has no gunfights and a lot of platforming. Maybe this path has nothing.
Yeah.
I wonder if it'll be like something like that.
I feel like I don't know if they would do that. Just because I feel like what I said, it's still linear. So I think that like all the the enemy groups would still kind of be linked together. So I don't think that different paths would have like different. Maybe I'm wrong because we haven't seen the game, but maybe I'm wrong.
Because I kind of feel like it needs to be more linear, just because it's such a story-driven game. Like you want to get to the next thing, find out the next thing, to do the next thing.
Yeah.
So like I feel like if they're going to have so much open space, like I wouldn't want to try to look at 100% of it. Like I want to go do the next thing to kill the guy to do the next thing. So I feel like it won't be too much of a big. Like I feel like it's like that's not going to make or break if it's good or not.
Yeah, it's not going to make or break the game. Like the last ones were fantastic, some of my favorite games ever. But I feel like this one will just make the gameplay more varying and complex.
Yeah,
I think it will alter the play style of how you can tackle levels, like you said, Grant. But I feel like you're maybe making this too much of a big deal. I don't know, but I feel like what you said is a good point to that.
It's just a bigger game.
Yeah, just a bigger game.
Yeah, but it doesn't need to be a bigger game.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be, but I feel like it will make it better just because of what I said. Like,
Yeah, I feel like it'll make the what you said, the aspect of the variance of how to tackle levels. I feel like that's it.
Yeah, I
Like
feel
I
like
feel
yeah,
like
no, I hope that's it. Like I really don't want
yeah,
anything else. Like I
like
like
if it's like I feel like if like oh you have to search 100% of this 10 times bigger world to find all these collectibles, people are going to be like, oh really, that's all it is. Like
yeah,
I feel
no.
like right now they're
I don't
making
think
it
it'll be like
too
that.
much of a big deal maybe.
I think the big deal with Uncharted 4 is that they have dialogue choices and more major cutscenes.
Yeah, I feel like that could be interesting. Again, I don't think they'll go into in depth with that because it's still a linear game. Like they shouldn't change the story or
Yeah,
anything. Just like different dialogue options. I
I
think
think
maybe
yeah,
in
I
different
think it will
parts of the
just
story.
basically change like how cutscenes might play out. That's about it.
Yeah, so just like different dialogue. I don't really want it to affect the story at all because I know when they showed the initial one where you could like choose different dialogue paths, it was just like okay, yeah, tell your brother about like this thing or this thing or this thing. I don't think that would affect anything that happens later.
I'm thinking like sort of like a Fallout type thing, not necessarily like like your dialogue choices change the story, but maybe like Nathan Drake can somehow like weasel himself out of like a big gunfight if you choose like maybe like a
I don't.
different dialogue option.
I don't
I'm
think
not
they'll do that.
sure. It could, like I said, it could just change how some cutscenes may play out, or
Yeah, like
change what the
right.
characters say.
Like I think I'm wrong. Like no, I don't think I'm wrong, but maybe I'm wrong. But but
Whoa.
like yeah, I think I'm wrong. Just talking nonsense. But yeah, Kyle, I feel like you're kind of going for more of an like not open world or anything, but just kind of more variety than I would want, and I think that they'll go for. But yeah, I could be wrong, or I think I'm wrong.
I could never imagine Naughty Dog making a game that isn't linear.
Yeah, right.
Because all their games have been linear, from Crash Bandicoot all the way up to Last of Us.
Yeah, it's kind of like Last of Us. Like at the end of Last of Us, so spoilers for The Last of Us. Play it if you haven't played it.
Bah.
But
I
You're
like
good
played
on
it.
that.
like they said, like a lot of people complain. They're like, "Hey, I want to choose whether to save Ellie or not." Like, no, but I want them to tell their story, and I feel like if they change anything that will like affect the overarching plot, then that wouldn't really be what
Mhm.
what Naughty Dog tries to do.
Right.
Yeah, and I remember
So
Neil Druckmann was talking about
I rode up with him in the elevator.
changing the ending for Uncharted 4. He wanted to completely rewrite the ending and make it better. And I think the main reason why it's gotten delayed into May, because the game just went gold, is because he actually redid motion capture and stuff for the ending. So that'll be, I don't know. They did the same thing to Last of Us,
Yeah,
where
most
they
games do.
delayed
Like
it
almost every game does that now.
I
to
feel
perfect the
like
ending.
what may happen with the Charter 4 is the people are going to big world, and I feel like every time when the company says, "Ooh, there's this big world," they're going to expect more stuff in the game. But I feel like it's not going to be like that. I feel like it needs to be still, linear,
It's still gonna be an Uncharted game.
driven.
Like,
But but I feel like they're setting up an expectation for people to look for
Yeah,
more stuff when there might not be, and then it's going to get bad or maybe worse ratings because, oh, it's 10
yeah.
times bigger, but there's not. I mean, it's just bigger. I mean, maybe it may not be wrong. It might be tons more stuff.
yeah.
But I feel like they're saying, oh, it's 10 times bigger, but it's still an Uncharted game, so it's a story. I
Yeah.
mean, you follow the story, and I feel like they're going to look for all this stuff, and it's not going to be there. And then it's like, oh, you promised this, blah, 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 and then blah, blah. So I feel like it's a weird thing that they're promoting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really, in reality, I think really all it amounts to is you go down this path and then you complete the objective. And it's not like you're going down all of these paths to complete the objective. You're choosing a path, either um, planned wise or just straight up going down a path. You're still going down that path and to the objective.
Well, I feel
So
like what
it's
they're saying is this path used to be this big. Now it's this big, and people are going to walk around on the same path for so long that they finally complete the objective and they didn't find anything new, and then they get bored, and then be like,
yeah.
"Oh, that
Yeah,
was
maybe the
not worth it."
people who like aren't as like plugged into Naughty Dog and stuff, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
Again, I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Yeah, that's a good point. But like
I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I just feel like they shouldn't be promoting it as much. Like oh, it's 10 times bigger. Like, I mean,
yeah, I see your point.
yeah,
Just
it could be a great thing. I
could-
think it's weird.
Yeah, make people think that they're getting like a different product.
Yeah,
The game looks great.
It looks amazing.
it does look good. We can all agree on that.
It looks dope. Dope diggity.
I like the texture quality.
It doesn't. I thought it only had like 1078p.
10 what? Is that like a
no, I just have really good eyes. I can tell 2 P's off of 1080. So.
Yeah, you can like.
Right.
You're
Next
a
up.
pixel expert, Grant.
Hashtag Grant's never wrong.
Yeah, no. Like this webpage I'm looking at, 680p.
Okay.
Your eyesight is so good you can see individual pixels.
It's so good. I can see air molecules
See
when I
sounds.
look.
You can see air molecules. Great. That's such a thing to see. You must be like, you must always see like haze.
Spidey senses.
Spidey senses. I want Spidey senses.
Pretty cool. Next up, Telltale's The Walking Dead Season 3 will be premiering this year, according to a Mashable article. They said we can expect to hear more about the zombie series' 3rd season around the San Diego Comic-Con, while the game will premiere later this year. I can't wait for this. I love The Walking Dead. Walking Dead Season 1 was probably like the most emotional game ever played. Like Season 2 I didn't like as much because I really want to go to... We never did a spoiler cast for Walking Dead Season 2 and now it's too late.
It's never too late.
Well, no, because like I've forgotten stuff. But I remember my big thing. Have you of you guys played it?
Yeah,
No.
I play both.
Ah, okay. John, do you care?
Not really.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna spoil it then. Just
I know.
another spoiler warning.
Watch out. Hashtag Grant's never wrong.
Grant's so cool.
I hope I'm wrong, but no. So my biggest problem with Season 2 is they like kill everybody. There's an entire so John, there's like this house. So at first you're with like 3 people. One of them gets killed in the first scene. Next you're like with this other person, with the other person that was with you. You get separated and then you wake up in like this big house with like 10 people. By the end of the game they're all dead. And then you stumble upon another house that has like 5 more people, and like only one of those people survives. There's like at the end there's only like 3 people who are living, and you see like 15 characters throughout the game. It's insane.
That's intense.
Yeah, and there's 5.
Like I feel like you just can't take anybody seriously with that.
So if they're going to continue the game,
I hope they go different characters.
which they will,
But
they're
I doubt
essentially going to have to make 5 different games.
That's a good point. Because like there's different endings for these.
Each ending.
I got the
is
worst
so
ending
different.
too. It was the worst.
Yeah, my first ending, it was like,
My ending.
oh man, that whole entire epilogue and stuff.
My ending was
that killed me.
Clementine walking through a field, and like rubbing zombie guts on her, so she could get through.
Oh
a
my
horde.
gosh, what the heck?
Oh no.
Rubbing guts on
No,
her.
so like they do it like zombies can't like in the game like they can't tell like they can only like smell you. So if you
Yeah,
rub
like in the
guts on
show.
them, yeah, so they won't
Yeah.
be able to tell.
Yeah, personally,
But yeah.
I like season 2 better than 1
You're wrong.
because I felt
You are wrong.
Clementine
Grant's
was
always right.
I felt that Clementine was a much more developed protagonist than
I agree. Okay, that's another thing wrong. That's another thing. Why are these like grown, like a group of 10 grown people? Why are they listening to this little girl for like advice on what to do? Like they ask her when any problem comes along, they ask her for what to do.
If you think about it, a child has a more pure of a mind, so they'll make better like.
But yeah, but still, they.
I mean, they won't like make like grown up decisions, but they'll choose
they
like
did.
a moral path, right?
No, that's
Right?
no like
No. Okay, never
I
mind.
think that's pretty much
Well, no, I
how
think that's right,
Telltale games are by design.
I had
Like
quite a
everything
few
revolves
problems
around the protagonist.
with
So
season 2. Like I still liked it a lot. It just like those kind of things just bothered me.
Yeah, I could see that, but I don't know.
Yeah, I love
Season 1
3.
was great, but I felt that Season 2 overall had a much more emotional impact in a way.
In a way, okay.
Especially going off of Season 1. You know Clementine, so you like Clementine,
Yeah.
and then seeing her going through all of this, and then at the end having to make this huge decision, and it's just like it's more developed than what season 1 was, and that's basically pretty much just progression wise. But
yeah.
I think because season 2 story wise it was more average than season 1, but I felt that season 2 was just overall, I don't know, had more depth to it.
Yeah, agree to disagree. But we will continue on. John,
but I definitely want season 3.
Yeah, John. Yeah, I definitely am excited for season 3. I hope they can.
What's next, Grant?
Stuff. John, I know this is the only thing you cared about. Destiny is getting. Why does these ads keep playing in my ears? Okay. So Destiny is getting an April update. Everything that
Yes,
the
they
GameSpot
are.
knows. A landing page on Bungie's website dedicated to the April update has gone live. The website covers today's announcement and it also reveals that King's Fall normal drops have been increased to light level 320, while hard drops are boosted to light level 330. Court of Oryx artifacts drops will be raised to 334. Bungie also provided a description of April's update's new mission. Quote, the Taken King is dead, yet his army still claw at our worlds. Even as you led the assault on the Dreadnought, a powerful would-be Taken Prince fled for safety of the shadows. Hunt him down before he grows too powerful.
I can't wait.
I can.
The cool thing is, like, they're upgrading, or they're not upgrading, they're, like, updating older stuff, like the House of Wolves, the Prison of Elders getting some updates. There's going to be a new challenge with that.
I like it. I played Prison of Elders, like, twice.
It's fun. It's like Horde mode, finally. I mean, it's not like every mission, but it's an actual Horde mode.
Yeah.
So it's, I feel like, they're updating that. They're keeping things, like, they're kind of, wanting you to still play the old stuff, which is, it's admirable. I mean, I don't think it's going to be like the best thing in the update, but I mean, it's cool because you're going to go back to that and it's going to be fun. You'll get back into it. So, I mean, it's not a horrible idea.
Okay.
Yeah, it's awesome that they're still updating the game.
Yeah, it's good to be on support, but I don't know if
you're gonna play it. You're gonna re-download it. We're all gonna play it again.
I deleted it.
You're gonna re-download it.
I'm not gonna care about Destiny until Bungie announces Destiny 2 and it looks good.
Agreed.
It's for next year, isn't it?
I don't know. They haven't announced anything.
It's already for next year. Yeah, they're gonna do this update. Is it either the end of this year or next year?
Okay.
Pretty sure.
Because Destiny has so much potential to be a great series.
Okay, so the whole point of Destiny is that you have to move past that. We all know that. The first 3 months of the game was just a big letdown. Vanilla Destiny was a big orb of
Taken King made me like it a lot.
So what people need to do now is they know they messed up. Well, they didn't mess up. They know they left a bunch of stuff out.
They messed up.
You have to get past the big vanilla idea of it and get that they took a huge step in the Taken King.
Yeah, Taken King.
Big step. That's what it should. That should have been Vanilla Destiny. All that stuff.
Yes.
So we have moved past that. So everything now is going to be building on top of that.
And
so you have to get past all that, and it's going to be awesome. The new game is going to be. It's just going to be great.
Okay. Yeah, I think it'll be good for sure.
I'd rather play Wizard 101.
Shout out to Wizard 101. I played that forever. That was so much fun when I was little.
Or I'd rather play Adventure Quest.
I'm not saying the update's going to be like the greatest thing ever.
Yeah,
it'll be fun. Just because there's new challenges and you kind of start to get back into it when the new game hits. I think they're going to nail it on the head.
Yeah, no, like I really didn't like Destiny when it first came out. Taken King came out and I got back into it. So yeah, I liked the game because of the updates that they brought in Taken King, that they kind of fixed some mistakes that they made.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited for the new one, but like new updates for the first one, I just don't really care that much.
I think that what the update does is kind of start revving the engine for the new game. Again, it's not going to be like a big thing, but I think it's kind of start kind of putting people back in the game. People are gonna start playing again, and then the new one hits. It's just gonna be another big orb of Destiny, and people are just gonna jump back in.
Okay.
Yeah,
Destiny.
if I bought Destiny again, along with the Taken Kane and all DLC and expansions and stuff, I'd probably love it because when Destiny came out, I really liked it. I enjoyed it. I loved the gunplay because of course it's Bungie and Halo and everything. But the content was lax and just wasn't there, and of course the plot was. But I know that with the expansion and DLC and everything, it practically changed all that. So I think if I were to buy Destiny right now with the expansions, I'd probably have a great time.
I think just because of Cody's point, so he said that well, who says they won't break apart Destiny 2 and do the same thing? So that's a good point, and I think most likely it will happen because they'll just do the same thing, and they'll break off the pieces and do the DLC thing. And so it's a good point. I think it most likely happened. The good thing is they've already made the changes that everybody wanted. So basically, they've done the leveling correctly. The loot's fixed. So I think now it's just a matter of good content. Yeah. So like instead of just having they had the same terrible ideas at the beginning, like the loot was bad, leveling was not good, and other stuff like that. They've tweaked all those little things. So now it's just of better content and like deeper content. So I think if you stay with it, you'll be rewarded in the end because the content will be better because they fixed all the stupid stuff that everyone hated. So now I think Taken King is where the core of it is. So now it's just a matter of good content. So I think when they start making the DLCs like a little bit deeper lore, and there's like people want to like read and know what's going on, and it's like not just them fixing stuff, it's just adding on to it. So I think they're finally going in a better direction. It's going to be a lot better.
I agree.
And people try to deny the fact that Destiny is an MMO.
It is.
It definitely is. And once they have soccer as a minigame, it will be complete. It will be complete.
Soccer Destiny? What?
What? No.
me
Super Mario Strikers. Have you not heard this?
What?
We thought an idea.
So like on the tower, you can kick the soccer ball around. Yeah. Once they make that a mini game,
so you were like, "Hey, make a mini game where you got like Destiny powers, like Super Mario Strikers. It'll be great."
So like
just like a third-person top.
So imagine like a $20 downloadable game. I would buy it in a second.
Imagine if you could go and take a 3v3, and like if you win a game, you get like a strange coin or like some glimmer or something. Like, that'd be cool.
Yeah, it would be cool. I wish they would do so, but they won't.
Destiny kickball.
No, John. If we designed Destiny, we would kill it.
Sparrow races eventually. We said that at the beginning. I'm pretty sure.
We said like a Galaga minigame loading screen. Like the Splatoon loading screen, they have like
so like instead of like you could do like even just like the 3D version, like what do you already see when your ship's going into space, but you could just move it around and shoot stuff.
Yeah, just like blow things up. It'll be great. John, you have a last minute segment that you said you want to do.
Something we were talking about. I don't know. We were talking about Batman, Superman, and getting excited about movies. So every time on the podcast, I want to do this because I watch a lot of movies. That's really all I do with my dad. We just watch movies. Okay. So there was a horror movie that I saw a little while ago. What? And it's a horror / drama. Okay. Came out in 2014. It's called It Follows. So it's an interesting. It's a horror-ish movie. Interesting movie because there's not really a monster, but there is. So you have to kind of. I don't want to spoil too much.
There's not a monster, but there is.
It's not a real monster, but there is. It's an interesting movie. It's called It Follows. Came out in 2014. It's a horror movie. It's not a super like jumpy. You're gonna cry in your sleep, but it's more of like a subtle, kind of scary.
Okay.
Definitely recommend it. It's
so it's really not like scary. It's kind of like creepy.
It's like it's like watching it the whole time. You're not sure it's gonna happen. So it's pretty good.
Like I can tell you about a horror movie. I didn't watch it, but my friend told me about it. He was like, I watched this movie called The Boy, and there was like these parents are going out of town, and then they hire a babysitter, and then they like leave the babysitter with this doll. and like a big like list of things to do and like stuff not to do. Like you have to like feed it every day. You have to like talk to it, like and then she does everything that it says not to do on the list just because she like thinks it's ridiculous, and then it tries to kill her.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, no. Like I don't understand horror movies. Like why would I pay to
Because it's
to
like
get
it's
scared?
it's something you don't feel every day. Like it's
Yeah, but I don't want to feel
like
that.
you're paying for an experience that you don't experience.
I
cool.
still need to go see 10 Cloverfield Lane.
I heard that was.
That is good. That is good. I'm not too
John,
fond of it.
did you ever see Deadpool?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Oh, that was great.
Yeah, it was
I
awesome.
mean, if they would have picked anyone else to do it, it'd been garbage. Because I mean, the dude's been waiting to play Deadpool forever.
Dude, that guy is Deadpool. He's so.
He is that. Like, there's no one else.
I
like
said
that.
this on a different podcast. So I was reading. I was watching this video by Jeremy Johns on YouTube. He said that there are 4 like superhero actors who like are their characters. It said.
I know who's on. Can I guess who's on this list?
Okay. There's 4 of them.
So is Deadpool one of them?
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. So Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man,
Yes.
and then I don't know the guy's name is Thor
No,
Hemsley.
that's not him.
He's not one of them. Gosh, I don't know his last name. Who are their superhero characters?
So okay. So I'll just. There are.
Yeah, just do it. Just do it.
Hugh Jackman is Wolverine,
Okay, I think that was not cast correctly, but that's fine.
and Heath Ledger is the Joker.
That's also very good.
Yeah. Okay.
The only problem I have with Hugh Jackman,
I forget Robert Downey Jr. Man, he's so good.
he's known he's a good Iron Man. The only problem with the whole idea of the way they cast Wolverine in all these movies is that he is not tall, and they never put him in the yellow original comic costume.
Yeah.
That's it.
Uh-huh.
It's like he's like 5'4". Like he's like Mike.
Is he really?
Yes. In the comic book, he's super short because he hasn't moved quickly.
Oh, in the comic book, he's short.
Yes, he's very short, and he has that, that the yellow and blue or whatever black uniform. We
Yeah.
never see him in that, and Hugh Jackman is like 6'3". So, I mean, no one really would really know that, but
Yeah,
like,
he's like Jake height. He's like
yeah,
a monster.
So like, it's like Mike versus Jake. He's supposed to be short and fast movements and stuff, and it's not really. But I mean, obviously,
really opposites of each other.
but he looked like Wolverine, so it wasn't a terrible casting. I just wish
Brett could be Wolverine.
Brett's just a bear slayer. That's just
He's got a Wolverine beard.
he does.
All right. We were running long. I thought we would be running short, but we were running long, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this episode up. Thank you for listening to episode 56 of the Game World Podcast, a weekly dose of Lightning and Bottle, posted to iTunes every Tuesday and YouTube every Wednesday, the official podcast of thegamebolt.com. Recent stuff that we've done on the site is our Pokken tournament review, the Division review, John's Paragon impressions,
Yes.
Salt and the Sanctuary review, what else is there? Yeah, that's basically the
the
main
GDC
stuff.
podcast is up there, huh?
Yeah, last week's podcast.
Last week's podcast.
And so go check all that out, thegamebolt.com. John will be streaming the new stuff on Paragon tomorrow.
Yes. New character tomorrow afternoon.
So yeah, John, where can we find you on Twitter?
At Disco Panda 9000.
And Kyle.
Clock down RME.
And you can follow me at GrantRam3. You can follow the Gamebolt at _Gamebolt. That's all we got for you this week. We will catch you on the next episode. Later, guys.
Rip
See ya.
Cody.
Rip Cody.